Morning everybody, we are at Citadel Park in Poznan. This is the entrance to the 57 hectare site. Just going to bring you over to
I don't know, maybe
wonderful view. And let's go in and have a little look. So first of all, we are in the Soviet cemetery within the park, one of a number, and as you can see, it is beautifully kept. And I've been reliably informed that these are predominantly Soviet soldiers killed in the Second World War and nothing to do with the post-war communist era in Poland itself. But a beautiful, peaceful environment and a lasting monument for those who did their bit for peace in Europe. So these are Polish soldiers, and you can see the dates on the stones. Majority are February 1945, and it continues. And it continues. And as we can see, a lot of these were young boys fighting for their homeland. We are now in the British cemetery. And again, there are a lot of British soldiers buried here. But again, a beautifully maintained cemetery. And if we focus in here, we've got Durham Light Infantry, Queen's Own Royal Kent, Royal Warwickshires, Seaforth Highlanders, Cameron and Argyll, Sutherland Highlanders, Royal Medical Corps, Royal Army Service Corps, Royal Engineers, and it goes on. We've got the Buffs, the Black Watch, and the lists of regiments just goes on and on and on. Most of these graves this side are First World War, and most this side are Second. But it's a interesting place. You've got Polish, Russian, British, and I believe German. We'll try and find those in a moment, all buried in the same place, which again I think is a lasting monument. So this is at the top of Citadel Park, and we're about to go into the museum down there, and this is the monument which we saw earlier. So here we have a Polish World War II era tank. And we have a T-34 over there in the corner. But this is in great condition. I'm not very up on my Soviet-made tanks, but I would assume this is either a JS or a T-34-85. More likely a JS. Actually, on the back here, it is a JS2. There we go. 1943. 122mm gun, as we can see here. But it's in great condition. So here we are at the next one. And then we have some more modern era tanks as well. So we're actually up on the top of the Citadel's roof, and we've got some more interesting equipment. So this one is a Russian flat gun, 85mm, 1939 period. .37mm flat gun. into the field pieces here. So we've got a 122mm howitzer. .152mm howitzer. So some of the big stuff coming in here. And then we've got the really big pieces. And this one is 122mm. So some really interesting pieces there, and the final one is 152 again. And then we have more pieces. So we've got a 45mm anti-tank gun from circa 1942. We've got a 57mm anti-tank gun. These are all Soviet. 76mm 1943 vintage, and again this time this is an 85mm 1944 anti-tank gun. And then we walk into this. And you've heard the phrase, kids in a toy shop or a sweet shop. That's probably how I'm feeling as I walk in here. What are we going to find? The first thing that draws my attention is this mortar. 122mm 1939 unusual piece. Next door to it, a Soviet 120mm regimental mortar. This is a Katyusha launching platform. Not seen one in the flesh before, but this is what it looks like for real. And it's crude, but devastatingly effective. Okay, so something else I haven't seen is an ISU 122 in Polish service, World War II, in immaculate condition. Again, a crude weapon, but cheap to produce, and again effective. Now you're probably wondering what this is. This is a very unusual piece, not something I've seen before. This is actually a T-72 training simulator tank. Looking at the fact that it didn't have tracks, just wheels, I suspect it was all about training the crews in command and control within the turret, but not something I've seen in any museums I've been to over the years, but an interesting piece all the same. Something a little bit outside my normal scope of interest, but I thought I'd include it in the video because of the sheer size of this rocket. This is actually a Scud B tactical rocket, and I thought that would be an interesting piece to share. I must admit I didn't realise they were quite as big as this. Huge weapon.